Hi everyone! Before we jump into our project, let's first introduce you to our team of analysts. We have Wen Ying, Dana, that's me, and Varun. Now we have some questions for you. Are you graduating soon? And now you are looking at buying a car? This is one of several major decisions that recent graduates have to cope with in the quote-unquote real world. Given the number of choices in the current market, this decision is not simple or easy. Therefore, we are interested in analyzing the different factors that might affect used car prices. Hopefully our project can give you some insights and ensure that you are making an informed decision when you are searching the lot at your local car dealership. In order to analyze this problem, we utilize the Edmunds.com API. Edmunds.com is an online resource that provides information about the automotive industry. The Edmunds API provides access to vehicle information such as makes, models, engine characteristics, cost to own, and purchase price of every car in the US market. Edmunds has a public API with JSON response format, which makes it easy to make calls. However, we found out that this was a very intensive process, and they set up a 5,000 call per day limit. Therefore, we had to rein in some of our original ideas for the scope of the project. This data would be used to help us answer some questions, like what is the impact of the submodel of a vehicle, like SUV or sedan? Does make, model, or year have a significant effect on pricing? And what affects the resale value of a car? Overall, these were summed up into two questions. What impacts the price of a used car, and what impacts depreciation? Therefore, we looked at 9 different variables. Car maker, country of the car maker, or region as we call in our analysis, submodel, wheel drive, transmission, engine size, horsepower, highway MPG, and city MPG. Some of these were categorical variables. So car maker has the categories Chevrolet, Ford, Honda, Toyota, Volkswagen, and Volvo. For region, it can be broken up into the United States for Chevrolet and Ford, Japan for Honda and Toyota, and Europe for Volkswagen and Volvo. Submodel was sedan and SUV, wheel drive, four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, and rear-wheel drive. And finally, transmission is automatic, manual, or semi-automatic. For this analysis, we only considered used cars from 2014 to 2010.
So, next, let's look at what impacts the price of a car. When we talk about price, it refers to the selling price of a car in average condition with 25,000 mileage. After doing regression analysis, we found that year, city MPG, region, transmission, wheel drive, and submodel can explain about 70% of the variation of price. For year, when all the variables except the year are held constant, the price of the car increases by about $2,000 on average with each increment in year. City MPG. If city MPG is increased by 1 unit, average price of used car will decrease by about $200. This coefficient makes intuitive sense to us. We believe that this price drop could be due to the fact that small sedans, such as the Honda Civic, are typically some of the lowest priced cars on the market, but they also have significantly higher city MPG than other cars. For transmission type, semi-automatic cars are the most expensive among cars with different transmission types. Manual transmission is the least expensive, and it costs about $3,200 less than a typical semi-automatic transmission car. For regions of the car maker, Japanese cars are the most expensive among the 3 regions. If it is a European car and all other variables are held constant, it will be about $900 less than a Japanese car. When a car is American-made and other variables remain constant, it will be about $2,000 less than a Japanese car. Next is about different wheel drive options. Holding everything else constant, four-wheel drive does not have a statistically significant difference from rear-wheel drive on price. A front-wheel drive car is the least expensive among cars with different wheel drive options. On average, a typical front-wheel drive car is about $7,800 less expensive than a rear-wheel drive car. Lastly, a SUV costs about $4,000 more than a sedan, holding everything else constant.
Now let's focus on depreciation of cars. Depreciation is the value of the car distributed across its age. It is important to understand depreciation to compute the resale value. The common understanding about depreciation is that depreciation increases with increase in time and usage. Resale value should be a top consideration for car buyers. So what affects depreciation? The most important factor is age. For example, the value of this coupe in 2010 is much more than the value of the same coupe in 2014. So depreciation increases with age. The next factor affecting depreciation is the automaker's region. Statistical analysis shows that the average depreciation is the least for Japanese cars. This is one of the reasons they are very popular in the automotive market. The third factor affecting depreciation is the transmission type of the car. Automatic and semi-automatic transmissions have a higher depreciation than the manual transmission cars. This is because manual transmission provides higher miles per gallon. Added to this, there is a negative correlation between miles per gallon and depreciation. So as miles per gallon increases, depreciation decreases. The last factor is the drive type. Front-wheel drive has the least depreciation. Rear-wheel drive and four-wheel drive both have much higher depreciation as their mileage is very low. All-wheel drives have the option of switching drive and their depreciation is between the two extremes. With this, we would like to conclude our presentation and we hope you found it useful.